Hey, Rod, Broken Nickel Garage. So I'm doing a gear dump before I get back home to kind of show what I took on the Montana BDR. Leave it at home next time, or if it's something I will take. Table was used many times. Probably gonna go with me again. Helinox chair. Don't knock it until you try one. Awesome. It'll go again. Giant loop cactus canteen, 1 gallon. More than likely will go. Something for you to think about is how you're going to carry water. And if you're trying to be very minimal, I try to keep at least about 1 gallon of water on me for 1 day of riding. So if I'm riding all day and I'm going to a campground with no supply points in between, I'm taking that plus my backpack. A Sea to Summit towel. Yes, this will definitely always be in my kit on multiple day trips. If I'm doing a 1 night, 2 day thing, probably not. But they go hand in hand with swimming shorts. And when you're on that BDR, more than likely it's going to be hot. Take the time, hit some of the swimming holes in the creeks. Thank me later. Swimming shorts, yes. Towel, yes. It's a 10-liter shower. Kind of a solar shower, I guess, maybe. Pocket shower is what they call it. Pocket shower. It's a big black tub. It's actually very handy, especially if you're going remote and not in public campgrounds where water's easy to. And you can wash dishes, take a shower, wash your hands. I like this. This will probably always be in my kit, even on some overnighters, kind of depending where I'm going. And it screws on to one of your fuel canisters. And then it comes with these disposable elements. You slide in, fire it up, and it actually keeps the bugs away. It does a pretty good job. The one I bought last year, I used it twice, and for the life of me I can't find it. I don't know if one of my kids took it. It's probably in one of my trucks. It might be in my Jeep. So I bought a second one. So far I'm impressed. Yeah, I'm very, very thrilled with this. I forgot I packed my Uswe rain jacket. So I was gonna go with a jersey and an armor shirt rig. And at the last minute, I decided to take my Climb Badlands Pro jacket because we were having evening rain showers and some of them were pretty good pours. So I forgot to unload this for this BDR. So will it go with me in the future? A lot of my single overnight trips, probably weather depending on what jacket if I go with. Socks, I came with 3 pairs. My wife bought me some of these Climb, I think they're the 1.0 pair of mismatched socks, 1 cotton, 1 merino. I don't know how that happened. These are the socks I've been mostly wearing. They're a little warm. They're darn tough. These are amazingly comfortable. Merino wool. Will they go again? Yes. I've worn these for the last 5 days and they don't stink. It's crazy. This is my Sitka 3/4 zip hoodie, kind of a base layer. This is my go-to shirt for most all outdoor activities, especially fall to spring. Will it go with me again? Highly probable. Shirts, I did the first several days with a jersey. I'm starting to like jerseys. Becoming a fan. I'll probably do more jerseys. Got 2 t-shirts. This one's a cotton t-shirt and it still stinks after 2 days of wearing it. I'll probably avoid cotton t-shirts. This shirt is a polyester and cotton 50-50. It's very comfortable. I did bring rain pants. Would I take rain pants? Yes. This is a neat hat, and I really like this. My wife picked this up for me. She tries to find me ultralight stuff. This is a very light, just a beanie. All very minimal insulation on top, more so around the ears, forehead. It's from Z-Pack. I'm liking it. A lot of times on cooler nights, I will sleep with some kind of beanie cap on, and it takes up less space than my traditional stocking caps, so I dig that. And again, that Z-Pack brand, I'll put links down. I have no affiliation with Z-Packs. Would I take this one again? Yes, I'm really liking this hat. These are my Z-Pack down booties. I've been packing them since last winter. Love them. If you have sensitive cold feet, your feet will feel like they're in a warm fluffy cloud. Would I pack these on a BDR again? I probably will pack them because they take up, I mean, they're just a few grams of weight, and being down, they compress to nothing. So I probably would take them. This is an REI down vest. I did wear this one evening and 2 mornings, I think. Definitely I would take this. And the summer warmer months, I would probably combine this with my Sitka merino wool hoodie. My Climb Inferno. This is part of my layering system with my Climb Badland Pro jacket. I should not have taken it. It was just too warm. Never needed it. So will I pack it again? Not during July and August. Not here on the Montana BDR. Just takes up too much space. And like I said, my wool hoodie from Sitka and my REI jacket or down vest, it would be plenty. While we were talking clothes, I almost forgot. These are from Z-Pack. They're camp shoes. My wife just bought these for me just before this trip for my birthday. And I've used them every day. Absolutely have. Taking off your hot boots and socks and letting your feet breathe the night is critical for good foot health. But you can see these pack down super small. And again, we're just talking grams of weight. But the soles are rubber, but it is a very soft rubber, very thin. So you don't want to be very active, at least me. I don't want to be very active wearing these because every rock you'll feel it. Or I've had to pick a few thorns out that poke through. So before I give up on these, I think I'm gonna look at some insoles or maybe cut some cork gasket material and make my own insole, and I'll try them again. But as they are, I don't recommend these. For a backpacker who can walk around in hiking boots and do your chores, yeah, great, probably, because you're just sitting at your campfire. I'm walking down to the river, getting water, collecting wood, stuff I just don't want to be doing in my hot boots if I can take them off. So probably not going with me again. I just picked one of these up because these are handy and I forgot to replace one. Scrub Daddy. Do you know what those are? That's just what it is. It's a Scrub Daddy. I always try to pack some kind of sponge, and I've tried Brillo pads and your typical two-sided kitchen sponges are great. I normally just cut them in thirds, and I'll probably cut this one like in half. So I'll pack a meal, and each meal will be in its own Ziploc bag with everything it needs. Keeps meal prep very much, it's simplified. This is just a doodad bag, but I keep condiments in here. Some rapid yeast for making bread, because bread's pretty simple. Mayos and ketchups, and some almond butter. These are great too. Some honey packets. Cooking on this trip, MSR Pocket Rocket. It's still my favorite little stove. So I Sea to Summit kit. I do like this. It opens up, it's all expandable. Big pot. 2 liters. You can do some cooking in that. 2 plate / bowls, an orange and a yellow. Again, they expand. All together, that's a little heavy. Most of the time when I take this, I just take the pot, maybe 1 bowl and a cup. I go back and forth. Sometimes I pack a stainless cup. Sometimes I'll use that cup, the silicone. An MSR fry pan. Kind of 2 reasons, so I can actually cook a steak or do some potatoes and eggs and bacon. I packed 2 canisters. This one's just about done. It's almost completely empty. Have not even used this one. And I suppose those have been used 70% of the time for meals. Pretty much daily, at least coffee. I did have, tonight I didn't really cook anything, and last night I didn't cook anything just because it was so hot. For cooking, I just have one of these little flimsy cutting boards that I kind of just cut in half. Another pro tip, when I start, if I do take 2, which on a 2 or 3 day trip, I just take one of these small ones. I've never run out. But if I do pack 2, I take a Sharpie, a black marker, I'll put a number 1 and then a number 2. That way, I'm always grabbing number 1 first until it's empty, and then I always know number 2 is full. A fire starting bag. I've got lighters and fire starting, like cotton balls. Awesome. That would go with me again. My ditty bag. Oh, you might laugh. I don't know. Sea to Summit. Pour over coffee kit. It's a must. We'll go. Usually have some kind of hand wipes. These were left in from earlier in the season, hand warmers. Could have definitely not, could have left them. Deodorant. Headlamp. An extra carabiner. I try to keep 2 to 3 carabiners on my kit. This is like Vicks Vapor Rub. Normally I have mentholatum. This kind of helps with mosquitoes. You can take a little bit, the menthol in it, rub it inside your nostrils, and that helps excrete this through your sweat. And it's a pretty good mosquito deterrent. And if you like to cook outdoors, check these. Chef Kuso, he's all over YouTube. He's got a bunch of these little trail books, super simple recipes. He's a genius. I copy a lot of his stuff. Tenacious tape, patches for your tent or your jacket or whatever. Bug spray, suntan lotion. It goes every trip. It's over single nights, 2 day, 3 day trips, longer. This is in my kit. This is just my Toiletries kit and USB cords. You know, toothpaste, any meds you might need, toothpicks, some biodegradable soap. This one's Sea to Summit. I must have a thing for Sea to Summit. This is just kind of a food pantry kit. Tin foil, folding spatula, cooking oils, coffee, jelly, peanut butter, sil tarp, nylon, or tarp. Yes, very small tarp. I always keep it on my bike even if I'm not camping, just in case you need some shade, you have a breakdown and or somebody's injured and it's a hot sunny day, extra shade. So I always pack a mini tarp. Fixed blade knife. I always hatchet. I've used that during cooking. This, I really haven't had any campfires, but I do use it to drive in my steaks. And this one has a pretty cool little extra small saw in here if you need it. I pack a SOG. I've had great luck with SOG. I very rarely ever break them. Leatherman, I tend to break them within a couple months. Junk, in my opinion. What I like about this SOG, and I need to make an adjustment to it. So it's got a 1/4-inch bit driver that connects to the tool itself. I pack a folding shovel, again SOG brand, I like SOG. Most guys don't, it's heavy. Montana, technically if we're having a campfire, you're required to have a bucket and a shovel. And I have not used this on this trip. Vice grip, tool of 1,000 uses. I pack a tire pump, and this Ziploc bag has some extra patches and JB weld. Keep your JB weld in like Loctite, if it's liquid Loctite. Keep it in a Ziploc bag. You don't want that shit leaking. Tusk tubeless tire repair kit with CO2 cartridges. Tool roll, 2,000 pound winch. Battery jump start, Jesper. Will this go with the tools? We'll probably always these tool kits will be in my kit. They just will be. Extra straps, paracord. Will it go again? Yes, it's part of the tooling. Backpack. I don't keep a lot in there. Its hydration bladder's primary, but that holds 3 liters of water, which on most day rides, that's plenty to water to get through, even on these BDRs, at least for me. Videos. Of course, I've got a full tripod, a Sony camera, which I'm using to record this, GoPro 12, DJI Osmo Pro 5, and I'm really liking this. And I did a metal small cage on this. This is my Insta-One 360, which is kind of cool, but it's obsolete. Since I have so many electronics, I'm now carrying 2 power banks, a 10,000 and a 20,000, a drone and a remote. This thing's kind of cool. I hardwired a US SAE plug just so I can plug this in. This is a high output USB charger, and it will display the battery voltage with an on-off switch. You can turn it off. But I find some motorcycles might have a USB plug, but a lot of them have a very low output plug. This is more microphone stuff, and this is more batteries. More batteries. I usually have a mini tripod. This is my RGB light, which is awesome. And a lot of times I hang it up when it's dark and we're setting up camp, because this thing can really shed some light. And that's running through a diffuser. Get out there and ride.